is positioning. Positioning is essential with our shoulder. So if you imagine that ball and socket, we have two positions, a closed position of that joint and an open position of the joint. Closed position is when this humeral head, again, that's part of the top of the shoulder bone, and it's sort of driven up and very tight. Now, obviously, we don't want to be in that position. What we want to do is have it in an open position as much as possible throughout the day, and especially when we're sleeping at night. So, the closed position, ironically, is the position that we want to hold our shoulder when we're having pain. It's internal rotation. So if you ever put your arm in a sling and your arm is flush up against your body, this is internal rotation. Remember, this was external rotation. So here's the opposite, internal rotation. And when you have internal rotation like this, then what you're doing is you're taking this bone and it's rotating in and up into this tight space, and it's closing off the blood supply, and it will create more pain. So we want to be in external rotation as often and as much as possible, especially at night. So let's get our arm in external rotation, or in rather the open position. The open position is your arm is in this neutral, or maybe just a little bit in actually. So it's about, if this is 180, then we're in just a little bit. And the other part of this is that you need to have your elbow in front of the side seam. So if you can see how the bone here, if I bring my elbow back, jams up and forward. So we don't want that. So we need our elbow forward. We need our arm away from our belly. So if I were to give you this angle, you can see that you're not here, you're here, and you're not out here. So you could be 90 degrees or just a little bit in, just like that. So I always tell my patients to have it away from your belly button and in front of the side seam. That is an open shoulder position. Now at night is when it's most critical to have that open shoulder position. And I promise you that this strategy is going to give you pain relief. You need to get a pillow. And I have two samples here. I personally like my big fuzzy pillow. I know it looks huge, but it's really not that big. And you're just going to tuck it under your arm, like so. You see, I have it in front of my side seam, the elbow, and my hand is away from my belly button, away from my tummy. This is placing my shoulder in a nice opened position, super comfortable. Now you're not going to walk around all day with this big fluffy pillow, although you might, it feels pretty good. But at night, when you're in bed, this is what you need to do. You need to get this arm in an open position and have some sort of pillow that you can hold. Now I know you're going to move around at night. Some of you are some back sleepers. This works really well on your back. And you just hold this pillow. You can even have it up here if you want, and be sleeping on your back. If you're on your side, you can see I'm sleeping on my side here, and I've got a hold of my pillow. I might scoot it back a little bit. So here I am side sleeping, and I still have my hand away from my belly button and my elbow away from the side of my body and forward a little bit. So this places my shoulder in a nice open position. And you will get pain relief with this simple strategy. Well, I was going to show you the other pillow, but my dog just absconded with it. Here we go. This is a smaller pillow, although in the camera it still looks huge. But you can see, just nice, holding on to the pillow. Keep that elbow in front of the side seam. In other words, I'm not back here, but here. Just like that. Feels great. Okay, so you have two strategies for pain mitigation. Managing your pain during the day is the pendulums, all right? And then for managing your pain at night, holding on to a pillow. keeping your hand away from your belly button, your elbow away from your body, and your elbow in front of the side seam, thus placing your joint in an open joint position for blood flow and healing and pain reduction.